Hello, this is Sharon Pierce for NDE, Near Desert Experience. And most of what I talk about on here is about water issues, especially in Southern California and the desert regions. And I wanted just to bring out some news that has been brought out in the past day or two. Generally, it's about dead pools. When reservoirs get so low uh, with water, then where they can't push, they don't have they lose the sense of gravity and the water can't push forward if they're below certain outlets on uh, on the structure of the reservoir, on the dam. Um, and they just stagnate there and they are called dead pools. But they're talking more about that around about Lake Mead and around Hoover Dam and so forth. However, I did want to show you, and it has to be done through share right here. Let's see if we can get this up. Here I am. Here this is. Will Las Vegas run out of water? It's unlikely anytime soon, and why? And this comes from Deeper Dive, which is an AI generated articles for publishers, but this has been reported elsewhere, and I simply wanted to give you the text. Here we are. This is Lake Mead. It's been a hot, dry year for the southwestern U.S., but will Las Vegas run out of water? We don't think so. Why? Lake Powell was 23.4% full on July 19th. It was last full in 1983. If its level falls more, that could create an environmental catastrophe by stopping the river from flowing through the Grand Canyon, situation known as a dead pool, which could cause energy and agricultural problems for some parts of the southwestern United States. This decrease in water supply comes when the federal government expects Nevada to reduce its use of Colorado River water by 28%. Meanwhile, Lake Mead is reaching historic lows, and Lake Powell, which Lake Mead gets water from as it is upstream, the other side of the Grand Canyon, and releases into the southern Nevada lake, is the emptiest it has ever been this late in the summer. So, what about Vegas? Well, the story there is that Vegas does get 90% of its water from Lake Mead. Here's the point. For the last 25 years, consistent conservation efforts have helped Southern Nevada to reduce its use of water by 40% since 2002, despite its growth of 55% in the same time frame. The Southern Nevada Water Authority is reporting, though Las Vegas water is unlikely to run out in the near future, the Colorado River has its own crises. So the point is about for 25 years, while people have been screaming about oh, is there climate change? Is there not climate change? So on and so forth. Do we believe it? Do we not believe it? The area in Southern Nevada around Vegas, the people, the populations have committed to water conservation in their own backyard, in their own homes, in their own cities. And this has left them in a place where they have access to water. They've conserved it. Where exactly, I don't know. But they have conserved it, and that's what. So, to go on a bit, reducing outdoor watering has taken the form of replacing grass with trees and other plants watered through drip irrigation. offering a paid lawn replacement program for Las Vegas residents, prohibiting lawns for new commercial and residential developments. No lawns. There's also a moratorium on evaporative cooling on new industrial and commercial buildings. So it looks desert-like, but it is beautifully landscaped, and that's what you have. And that's part of the way of conserving water. And that's why a place like Las Vegas can plan to go forward and grow. On July 28th, today is August 1st, 2026, so 3 days ago, Lake Mead was at 1,041 feet elevation, near its all-time low of 1,040 feet in July of 2022. So here we are again. Go away. Okay. So here we are again. We're going to stop sharing that. And just be aware, this year has been a drought. There is a drought going on. We haven't had the water. They keep telling us about El Nino. El Nino has gone to the East Coast. El Nino is beating down the Appalachian Range and the people therein, and the eastern coast and some of the Northeast. But here in the West Coast, the Southwest, the deserts of California, it has been dry. And so we have to be aware that election time comes, you have something on your ballot that talks about conserving water. Look into it and give it some positive consideration. When you get ready to vote, doesn't matter who the politician is or the candidate who's espousing it or the party who's for it or against it. Just think about conserving what water there is. Now, a couple of days ago, they passed that bill that said that the agreement, rather, that's going to go from now, the end of 2026 into 2028, that adjusts how much water the 7 states who are in the Colorado River Agreement will take, and California will reduce what it's taking now by 12%. Arizona will reduce what it's taking now by 30 something, 31 or 32%. Nevada will reduce what it's taking now to by about 27%. And the northern tier, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, and Utah, will reduce will not reduce. They will get a little increase. They will get a little increase. And they have water from snowmelt. But we must remember that. They have, that goes into the Colorado River. So this may be a good thing to have these tiers of redoing the agreement every several years. People may say it's too much work, too short a time, maybe 4 or 5 years. That seems like a long time because we're in a phase, we're in a transitioning phase. So maybe 3 years, 3.5 years, review this next turnaround, see where we're at. So we don't have these constant emergencies. But that was what I wanted to mention to you tonight. Thank you, and here we go.